Issues. One will definitely be market economy status, which is a difficult issue between China and the European Union, and we'll try to see that we find a way forward to solve the issue. Then we will talk about the cyber agreement. We will talk about more and deepening cooperation in the field of innovation, Industry 4.0, Made in China 2025. We will talk about foreign policy issues, crisis in the Middle East, also issues in Afghanistan. We are having projects of cooperation between China and Germany in Afghanistan for the first time. So these are going to be the big issues, I guess.
This is Chancellor Angela Merkel's ninth visit to China, and she will be here attending the fourth round of intergovernmental consultations. Some say this is a secret to a successful Germany-China relations. What's your take on it?
I think it really is. We meet every 2 years, and that for the fourth time. And it's not only government-to-government consultations, but it's a joint cabinet meeting. That means that both Chinese and German ministers report to the Prime Minister and to the Chancellor, who preside the joint government meeting or joint cabinet meeting. And they cover all across the board all fields of interest, from culture over industrial innovation to security, foreign policy, you name it.
One of Germany's most iconic brands, Adidas, recently announced that it will roll out its first series of robot manufactured shoes back in Germany after 20 years being produced here in Asia. And how will Industry 4.0 affect its own manufacturers in China in particular?
Well, that's actually difficult to predict. If you use more robots, this is usually cheaper than human labor, and also the quality is usually better. So it will be an incentive for the one or other company maybe to move production back to Germany. But there are other considerations as well. So most companies will probably think that it's better to be close or inside the Chinese market. So that's an incentive to stay in the Chinese market. And we see that there are even German companies here who move Industry 4.0 production from Germany to China.
Made in China 2025 is a long-term plan, a 10-year plan by the Chinese government to transfer China from a simple factory model to a high-end manufacturing power. What other opportunities do you think that Germany can capture from China's upgrading manufacturing sector?
Well, we have already a close cooperation between the German concept Industry 4.0 and Made in China 2025. We have memoranda of understanding, which are kind of a framework for the cooperation, and we also already have companies working here in China. One example is the company BMW and the internet company Baidu. They're both having a joint project on promoting and developing autonomous driving, and that's just one example for the many opportunities that we will have for German and for Chinese companies working together on Industry 4.0. and Made in China 2025 and Internet Plus.
How can Germany and China better work together to solve international issues such as the Syrian crisis? As we know, Germany has been receiving the highest number of Syrian refugees, and China is the only permanent member of the UN Security Council which is not involved in the military intervention in Syria.
Well, in the recent years, we saw that both China and Germany have taken more international responsibility than they did before. And both of us have a track record of not intervening militarily, not taking too much sides. And in the case of Syria, which you just mentioned, I think that has been very beneficial. China is the only P5 permanent UN Security Council member state which is not militarily involved, which means that for China it's much easier to talk to all the different sides, Iranians, Saudis, and so on. And that could be very helpful, and that is also going to be one of the issues that the Chancellor and the Chinese leadership are going to talk about.